Guys, it's Metaboa6 Minecraft and Roblox, and today I am on a Google Doc. So today I'm going to be making up scary stories, pretty much off the top of my head. But I can't make up a scary story unless I have a monster, and I can't make up a scary story unless I have a person. So to fill in those roles for me today, I have with me Tristan. Say hi.
Hi.
So today we're going to be making some short scary stories. I will be pausing between each one. And this music was really nice because I got this from Jimmy Does Martez. I changed the music in the middle of it, so I'm sorry about that. But let's get started. All right, let's get started. Tristan, give me a monster.
Slenderman.
Say it a little bit louder.
Slenderman.
All right, now give me a person.
John.
John, male or female?
Male.
All right. So I had to make a story about John, who is male. Okay, I'll see you guys in just guys, we're back. Well, you've been watching this video already, so you don't know, but I spent like half an hour. Just kidding. All right, so our story begins with a boy named John. Now, one day, John was sitting at his home. He was in his room reading when something strange happened. His book fell on the floor. That's weird. I was holding it in my hand like 5 seconds ago. Whatever. I'm just gonna grab it. He grabbed his book, but he couldn't grab it. It was stuck to the floor. But every time he tried to grab his book, he couldn't. Weird. Maybe that was there before? You see, John's family just moved into this house, so he hasn't really learned all the ropes and stuff. This is weird. I don't like this one bit. So he left and decided to sit and read in his mother's room, bringing a different book with him. But the same thing happened. His book stopped and fell on the floor, and he couldn't pick it up. John got mad. He wanted to read his freaking book, so he decided to read outside. The same thing happened. All right, I'm just going to go to my neighbor's house. John went to his neighbor's house, and everything was fine. His book worked perfectly fine, and he just read, and then he came back. But when he got back, he realized that his family was gone. They disappeared. Maybe they went to a sleepover? No, this is not normal. John looked around the house for a little bit and pretty much gave up on searching. John went to his room and tried to get some sleep, but he couldn't. He noticed that on his thing next to him was a book. The book was called A Reader's Curse. You have not been reading this book, but I have. His mother walked into the room, her eyes bright red. His mother walked up to him and stopped. Read the book, Jack. Read the book. Come on, read it for Mom. Come on, read it for Mom. His mom sometimes called him Jack, as short for Jonathan, so it didn't really matter. Read the book. Read the book. Soon, his father came in. Then, his little sister. They sat him on the bed, holding him down, and his mother showed the book right in front of his face. John had no choice. As soon as he took a glance at the book, all that he remembers was seeing his mother's deadly eyes. John's eyes turned bright red. It's said that the family still lives somewhere near California, trying to force anybody who they see to read the magical book. And remember, if anybody ever forces you to read a book, leave immediately, because they might be there of John and his family. All right, that's the end of that one. Now, I'm going to ask Tristan what his score mine was, and I will put it up on the screen now. Okay, after Tristan thought, he decided to type down what he thought my story was. And let's see what he gave me. 5 out of 5, nice! All right, I'm really happy with that score. Let's move on to our story that is number 2. I need a monster.
Slenderman.
Come on, try not to give me something that's like Slenderman.
Skeleton.
All right, so the monster that Tristan gave me was a skeleton. Now, his mom is outside right now, so he's going to have to leave in a minute. But don't worry, he wrote down some ideas for me. Now I need a person. Perhaps you can make it a little bit of a simpler name. Something kind of short.
Hold on.
Now, this story begins with a skeleton. The story begins with a girl named Joseph. Now, one day, Joseph was out on a walk in the park. Joseph had only been in 3rd grade. She didn't know much about math or much about really anything. Yet, Joseph's school gave her lots of homework. Now, Joseph was doing her homework when it was really weird, but the book the math problem started flying out of the book. What? Maybe this is normal. After all, it's only my 1st year doing math. But it wasn't normal. I mean, seriously, guys, you guys should know. The problems started going off her page, and they started giving her the answers. This is not good, she said. But the answers started solving themselves. They went back and they put themselves back on her paper. Correct. She even gave it to her mom, and her mom said they were all right. Thank you, whoever did this, she said into the air. What? Her mom said. Nothing. The next day, when she went to the school to turn in her math homework, the teacher said that they were all right, even though they got cut off by the coffee machine. She was really happy about this. After all, she'd never gotten a 100% on a project like this before. But she felt like she didn't deserve the credit. The next day, her teacher didn't come in. I guess she's sick, she thought. This is not good, said the rest of her class. It was weird because for the rest of the year, her teacher didn't show up. On the very last day of school, her teacher looked at her and said, or a different substitute looked at her and said, the teacher was killed by math problems. What? That can't be right. The next day, when she got her assignment back, she went home and started erasing the answers. But as she started to erase them, it got grabbed out of her hand. Something that was invisible started clearing up. First, she saw a white leg, then a white arm, then a white skull. Uh-oh, she thought. Is this what I get for cheating on my homework? You have not cheated, my darling, said the white figure. Joel looked at her mysterious speaker and saw that they weren't normal, that it was a skeleton. Did you do my homework? She asked. Maybe, but you had not cheated. I simply helped you. Thanks, I guess. But she was interrupted by the skeleton. But since I helped you, you must help me. The skeleton started sucking her life force into his mouth. It was really, really disgusting. He started sucking his life force. But soon, it was all over. The skeleton turned into the little girl, the little 3rd grader, whereas the normal 3rd grader sat on the ground completely dead, skin and bones. The little girl turned into a skeleton too, and it says that nowadays they run along the streets helping kids with their math homework and then getting repaid for it. Okay, well, that's the end of this story right here. I hope you guys like this one. Let's move on to number 2. Or number 3, actually. This story is going to be about a vampire. Or not a vampire. A psychopath. Now, one day, there was a girl named Lily. Lily was a sweet little girl. She always did what she was told and always did everything she could for her parents and such and such. Well, on this fateful day, she was in her room and she was getting ready for school. She went to school, and it was pretty much a normal day. During math class, which she absolutely loved, she was struggling with the math. Her face changed all of a sudden. Why do I have to do this stupid junk? She said. Everybody stared at her and looked at her, including the teacher. I thought you liked math, said Mr. Peters, her math teacher. I do, said Lily. But Lily's face changed back. It was almost like she had 2 different personalities. Lily, go to the office. What? She said. But Lily did as she was told and went to the office. She had to discuss with the principal, and the principal let her out. I don't like this, she said. Over the next couple of days, Lily's personalities changed more and more. It turned to be the point where in the day, she was a normal little girl, but at night, she was evil. One day, well, in her evil transformation, she killed her whole family, and she was never heard of again. Sorry guys, but this was more of a short one because I have to go to dance in a little bit. So, thanks for watching, and, well, if you guys want to see more videos like this, hey, why not subscribe? I always like doing these kind of spooky videos. And once again, thank you to Jimmy Dallas Martins for the creepy doll music that I used in this video. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!